Hello, Assalamu alaikum, dear listeners. Today I'm going to talk about aluminum, which is next to the magnesium. I have already spoken about natrium and magnesium, which are the first two elements from the third series. In today's video, I'm not only going to talk about aluminum, but I'm going to talk about this whole third column, in which there are very important remedies like boron, scandium, aluminum, yttrium, then lanthanum. These are the very important remedies, and they all have this one thing common, which is confusion. So let's talk about this whole column in totality. This column has this specific feature, but first let me talk about the remedy alumina. Whenever we think of a remedy alumina, a word confusion comes in our mind because this is the most commonly known symptom of this remedy. The aluminum patient appears more confused than natrium and magnesium, even though his identity is more developed than the natriums and magnesium. Why is this? Because natriums make no effort to think for themselves. Natriums are more childish like people, but magnesiums, they are not assertive. Assert nahi kar sakte. They cannot express. If they express, then they have this feeling of that they will lose the security, the nurture, the care of the family or the person on which they are dependent. But alumina, on the other side, has the identity, defined identity, that this what I need, but they cannot express it because the other identity is more stronger for them. So they obey them. They are confused in the sense that they think that whether to follow their own identity or the identity of the group or the parents or the husband. So that's why they are always confused in shopping. They are confused in their decisions. And actually, this whole confusion issue is the part of column 3. This whole column series: boron, alumina, this is scandium, this lanthanum. They all have this confusion feeling. So the main sensation of this whole column 3, including alumina, is they are not firmly grounded or rooted in the ground like a boron. Boron has the typical feeling. This boron has this very profound feeling of not grounded, not firmly grounded. So that's why in boron you see this fear of flights, because the plane is in the air and you are not grounded. So they have this feeling of crashed. Anytime the plane will crash, they don't have this feeling of narrowness, lack of oxygen, but they have this ungrounded, that they are suspending in the air. So this is the feeling of boron. And same with the case of alumina. They have this hanging identity. In alumina, we have seen the same thing, whether to use your own identity, your own choice, your own path, or the path of the parents, what they have told you. And in scandium, you see this, that whether to follow your own thing or the identity or the guidance of the teacher. You see a very strong desire to be guidance in this scandium. That is the reason why we see a very confused kind of a patient in our practice. They are slow in answering, and for them processing any information is very difficult. That is why aluminum patient or the patient belong to the third column. They are not good in answers. In cases of children, they keep looking at the parents. Whenever you ask any child any question, they start looking at their parents for the approval or for the answers, because they are so confused to give the answers. This clinging attitude towards the dependency, towards the support, is so prominent that this whole third column remedies contain this clinging attitude. And boron is the main remedy whenever it comes to the clinging attitudes. And I have seen another gesture of the aluminum patient in practice, which is they are constantly busy with with something while talking to you. Either they are playing with their clothes, or they are playing with their pens, or they are shaking their legs to get rid of their confusion. They have this impulses of suicidal tendency, suicidal thoughts. Whenever they see any knife, they always have this feeling that maybe they will stab themselves. Or whenever they look up outside through the window, they have this impulsive to jump out from the window. So they are always controlling their impulses, not to stab themselves. So this is the typical fear you can find in aluminum patient. They are always controlling their impulses for the suicide, and that's why you can find this suicidal impulses in alumina. There is also a fear of blood in aluminum patient. This unsettled, confused state of mind you can see in all remedies which are belong to column 3, like boron, like aluminum, scandium, lanthanum. They all have this unsettled, confused, wobbly state of mind. They all have this sensation of not being firmly grounded or rooted, like a boron is one of the very famous remedy. In aluminum, it is related to relationships and choices, that they are confused about their relationships and choices, that whether they have choose the right thing or the wrong thing. And that's why you see this crime, the guilt part as well in this 3rd series and 4th series as well, that probably they have chosen the wrong side. So that's why you see a lot of guilt comes up in 3rd and 4th series specifically, of course in 5 series as well. But you find this guilt of a crime, of a sin, in 3rd and 4th series very prominently. In Scandium, it's related to the business, money related confusion, that whether you have choose the right job, right security for your life. And Yttrium, they have this confusion of choosing which profession, which school studies. That's why Yttrium comes in those students which are changing different professions, because they are so confused in choosing a right profession. So this is one of the top remedies in those professionals who are always changing their profession, because they are not feeling settled in their profession. So what they do is they start with one profession, they are not happy with that, they switch to another one because they are also not settled in that, so they switch to the 3rd one. So they keep switching and they are not settled in their life. So they are very confused to choose which profession is best for them. Lanthanum is about their responsibility. Keep in mind, lanthanum comes in lanthanides, and they are next to the barium, beretta, famous remedy. And beretta is the famous for its action on dwarfism and delusion. His legs are cut off. So they try to avoid any kind of responsibility and feel a sense of incapacity. That's why you see this beretta cards patients are very lazy, not taking any move. But the lanthanum have the same things, but they are confused state. They don't want to take any action, because they are so confused that if they make if they take any responsibility, any step, probably it will be wrong. So that they are stuck in their confusion state. So in all column 3 element, it's like they are walking on a slippery road, and anytime they can slip and fall. So they need the firmness and the security in their life. They are so unsure about their decisions, about their work, about their body, about their choices, that they have developed this obsessive disorders, that whether they have choose the right one or a wrong one. So that's why we see in third column that they are very hesitant in starting any new work or business because they are always feeling that they could be fail anytime. In jobs, these people are checking and rechecking their work and spending hours, extra hours actually, for their work because they are not sure of their own work. All the remedy in the column 3, for them taking step is so difficult. So they take a step, but as soon as they feel it's difficult to take a next step, then they step back. So that's why this hesitant feeling, always hesitant for any new project, any new thing. जब भी कोई मुश्किल आती है, they just retrieve. They don't want to face it because it is like facing a lot of difficulty. वो फौरी तौर पर set back because they can't face this difficulties in their life. इसी लिहाज से जब भी एलुमिना के लिए choices की बात आती है, they step back because they cannot make decision for themselves because they are not sure about their own decisions. And that's why you see this hesitate करते हैं वो किसी भी decisions हो, उनको वो अपने ऊपर surety नहीं होती है. That's why हम उसमें देखते हैं ये wobbly feeling जो बोरॉन में बहुत ज़्यादा common है, wobbly, unsettled, कि वो settle नहीं है, वॉबली फीलिंग है, वो कोई डिसाइड करेंगे तो गलत हो जाएगा. इस लिहाज से उनके अंदर ये जो फीलिंग ऑफ ए गिल्ट है, क्राइम की फीलिंग है, ये हम कॉमनली देखते हैं. सिन, गुनाह की फीलिंग, दैट इफ दे चूज द रॉन्ग थिंग देन दे फील लाइक अ गिल्टी ऑफ ए क्राइम, कि उन्होंने कोई गलत काम किया. इन दिस सेंस दे लुक वेरी मच लाइक mollusk group of remedy. Mollusk are the sea remedies like snails, clam. They all have this aluminum-like state, confusion. They don't want to take step. अगर वो step लेंगे तो उनके लिए difficult होगा. So they step back. And in toad family, this frog family, this Buforana, the famous one, the famous remedy from the group, they have also this feeling of confusion. They are also very confused. That's why you can find the Buforana a top remedy in confusion cases. In future, I will talk about this mollusk group, the sea remedies, in more details. Dear listeners, this was the today's talk. If you have any questions, queries, you can always write me, and see you next time with another topic or any other video. Bye.